Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Devotion in Prayer. Today's discussion is centered around a powerful verse that holds the promise of hope and redemption, Romans 8:28. Before we dive into the depth of this scripture, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Now, let's get started. Romans 8:28 is a verse that has resonated with Christians for centuries. It reads, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." At first glance, these words may seem like a simple affirmation, but when we explore the context and implications, we find a profound message of divine providence and ultimate redemption. To truly understand the depth of Romans 8:28, we must consider the context in which the Apostle Paul wrote these words. Paul addresses a community facing persecution, trials, and challenges. In the preceding verses, he speaks about the groaning of creation and the struggles of life. It's in this backdrop that he delivers the powerful assurance that God is actively working for the good of those who love him. As believers, understanding Romans 8:28 isn't just about intellectual comprehension. It's about applying this truth in our daily lives. Whether you're facing challenges in your relationships, career, or health, the assurance that God is working for your good can be a source of strength and resilience. We'll explore some practical ways to incorporate this truth into your daily routine and mindset. Before we delve into the practical applications of Romans 8:28, let's take a moment to engage in a deeper exegesis of this scripture. Connecting with other verses in the Bible enhances our understanding of God's overarching plan for our lives. For instance, consider Proverbs 3:5-6, which urges us to trust in the Lord with all our hearts and lean not on our own understanding. When we align this wisdom with Romans 8:28, we find a beautiful harmony in the assurance that God's wisdom transcends our limited understanding, and he is actively working for our good. To fully grasp the impact of Romans 8:28, it's essential to appreciate the historical and cultural context of the early Christian communities. During the time of the Apostle Paul, believers faced persecution, societal pressures, and challenges to their newfound faith. By contextualizing the verse within this framework, we gain a profound appreciation for the courage and resilience required to hold on to the belief that God is indeed working all things for good. Understanding the historical backdrop enriches our interpretation and application of this scripture in our modern lives. Let's take a moment to reflect on the theological depth of Romans 8:28. The verse not only assures us of God's benevolent providence, but also underscores the sovereignty of God in orchestrating events according to his divine plan. Theologians throughout history have debated the nature of God's involvement in human affairs, and Romans 8:28 stands as a testament to his omnipotent and omniscient character. This theological foundation provides a solid rock upon which we can anchor our trust in times of uncertainty. As we navigate the challenges of life, it's reassuring to know that the Bible is replete with promises of God's faithfulness. Let's explore a few verses that align with the theme of Romans 8:28. Jeremiah 29:11 declares God's plans for our welfare and future hope. Psalm 34:17-18 reminds us that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. By weaving these verses together, we see a tapestry of God's unwavering love and commitment to his people. In times of adversity, it's natural to question how God is working for our good. One practical approach is through prayer and meditation on Scripture. Create a habit of seeking God's guidance and understanding through prayerful reflection on Romans 8:28. Additionally, consider journaling your experiences, noting instances where you see God's hand at work. This practice can serve as a tangible reminder of his faithfulness over time. In delving deeper into the profound message encapsulated in Romans 8:28, it becomes evident that this verse is not a mere platitude, but a guiding principle for believers facing the complexities of life. The Bible, as a cohesive narrative, weaves together various threads of wisdom, creating a tapestry that illustrates God's unwavering commitment to his people. Consider the historical and cultural context of the early Christian communities, where persecution and societal pressures tested the foundations of faith. In this backdrop, the words of Romans 8:28 take on new significance, offering a lifeline of hope amid adversity. Theological reflection on this verse opens a gateway to understanding the sovereignty of God. It affirms that God, in his omniscience and omnipotence, orchestrates events according to his divine plan. This theological anchor provides believers with a solid foundation, assuring them that their lives are not subject to mere chance or chaos, but are intricately woven into the grand narrative of God's redemptive purpose. As we explore the rich tapestry of related verses from Jeremiah 29:11 to Psalm 34:17-18, the interconnectedness of these promises forms a symphony of divine assurances, reinforcing the overarching theme of God's faithfulness. Moving from theory to practice, applying Romans 8:28 involves more than a surface-level understanding. It necessitates a transformative engagement with daily life. Prayer and meditation on Scripture emerge as potent tools, fostering a deepened connection with God and a heightened awareness of his guidance. Encouraging believers to journal their experiences, noting instances where God's providence becomes evident, serves as a tangible reminder of his faithfulness over time. Real-life case studies further illuminate the transformative power of Romans 8:28. These stories of individuals overcoming health crises, financial hardships, and relational challenges underscore the universality of God's redemptive work. By sharing these narratives, the video aims to instill a sense of hope in viewers, allowing them to connect with the lived experiences of others who have witnessed God's ability to turn situations around for the good of those who love him. In an interactive segment, the video invites viewers to contribute their own experiences with Romans 8:28, fostering a sense of community and mutual encouragement. This collaborative dialogue not only provides a platform for sharing, but also reinforces the idea that, collectively, believers form a community of witnesses to God's enduring promise. As we come to the end of our exploration into Romans 8:28, I want to emphasize the enduring nature of God's promise. No matter what circumstances you find yourself in, trust that God is actively working for your good. The depth of his love surpasses our understanding, and his plans for us are filled with hope. Thank you for joining us on this journey of faith and reflection. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. Until next time, may the peace of God that surpasses all understanding be with you. God bless!